Hey Jim, nice to see you again. I'm really glad that you decided to come to the appointment today.
Mm,
I know you didn't want to. I
no.
know, but I am really glad that you did decide to come. What made you decide that you would come?
Just to try and make it all stop and go away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand that. You want to get us out of your lives as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't see why you're in it, to be honest. You messed up my last relationship and looks like you want to do the same thing again. So
Okay, so is that one of the things that's worrying you, that what happened last time is going to happen again?
yeah, of course it is. Why
Okay.
wouldn't it? That's what you do, isn't it?
Well, would you like me to find out a little bit more about what did happen last time?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. I can find the notes and you can look at them yourself. I can speak to the social worker, or we can give you the opportunity to, if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And it isn't our aim to split up families, Jim. The main thing we're trying to do is keep families together. That's absolutely what we want to do, is keep families together. So
Well,
I know.
I'm vanilla at the moment, aren't I?
Okay. So you want to get rid of us. So maybe we can make a bit of a plan that would help you to get rid of us. Maybe we can sort out a few of the things that people have been worried about, and some of the things that have been going a little bit wrong, and get things back on track.
Huh?
What do you think are the things that might be useful to you if we do anything?
I don't know, to be honest. I'd rather not have any sort of like those people who come in and take the kids away.
Okay, so
I don't want them anywhere near me or my
okay,
family.
okay.
That's what I
Well,
don't want.
okay. So those are the things you don't want. Is there anything
Yeah.
that you know that you do want?
I don't know. You help me here.
Well,
Or what do you think?
you mentioned that since you've been out of work, things have been much tougher.
Well, yeah,
So
obviously.
yeah,
No
so
money
that's
coming in, is there?
so that's
Benefits
stressful.
rubbish. So, yeah, I guess, I don't know if that's the sort of thing you guys do. Do you help people get jobs and stuff, or what?
Yeah, we can certainly
Have you got
try and
time to
help.
do that whilst you're taking people's kids away?
Well, if it's one of the things that's going to reduce your stress levels, that would mean that
Yeah.
it will help your whole family. So that's a really important thing for us to help you with.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
working. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. It's horrible.
Does your head in?
Useless. Yeah, it makes me feel useless.
And you obviously are not useless, Jim, because when I did speak to David, he was telling me all the things that he loves to do with you, that he loves to play football with
He's a
you.
great kid.
Yeah,
Why would, love him bits.
you know, yeah, it was really clear you love your kids, and the school was saying all the things that you did to help Sarah when she was pregnant, and when Benji was first born, that it was you that was doing all the kind of school runs and all of those kind of things. So they're all really good things, aren't they? Things have just been a bit tough on you all recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people start ringing, please, because we have a bit of a row.
Yeah, that, and I know you feel
people
that.
row.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, things did get quite out of hand at one point, maybe, do you think?
Yeah, but I'd had a drink, and I don't normally drink anyway, and yeah, that's why I don't.
Okay. Well, that's
It'd be nice to
really
have a
helpful
different
to
outlet,
know.
I guess.
So, sorry, Jim, I talked over you then. Say that again. I do
It'd be nice to have a
apologise.
different outlet or something rather than
Than having a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few things on your list. Some help with work, maybe something to do if you're feeling really stressed other than have a drink. Think they might help quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So those are the things that we could kind of work together on. We could try and hook you up with some of the services we're linked to around jobs. We can look at maybe you mentioned you wouldn't mind seeing your GP perhaps about your alcohol. You used to. Are you still thinking that?
I don't know if it needs to go that far, you know.
Okay. But
So,
maybe just someone to talk to think about
Yeah.
what you could do instead.
yeah.
Okay, that sounds really positive. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe a few things that we can work
I mean,
on.
if it, you know, I don't want those people coming in and taking my kids away from me.
Okay.
End of.
Okay. Well,
So,
there's no intention to take your kids away at this as we are now. None at all. There is a meeting next week, Jim, where the professionals like the police and the school and me will be talking about what happens next, and whether, because of the things that the children saw and because of some of the things that have happened, whether you do need a social worker, whether the children do need to be on what we call a child protection plan. So that meeting is going to happen next week.
right. Can't stop that, can I?
No, is there anything particularly you'd like me to say at that meeting that's kind of your point of view?
I just don't see why everyone has to get so involved. Just
Okay.
leave us alone. Let's get on with it. We're fine.
Okay.
I'll do what we've talked about today and get off my back. Get off my family's back.
So we'd want to kind of keep alongside you and see how that's going, how the plan is going, and if it is helping your stress and it is bringing down some of the problems that have been going on at home. Because just like you, we want to know that your
Well, if I've
kids
got a job,
are
I'm not going to be at home, am I? So if you can help me get a job, that'd be brilliant.
okay. I mean, it certainly sounds like it would help a lot. Take the money worries away, keep you busy. You feel better when you're working, so it will make a big difference. Yeah. But it sounds like that stress thing or drinking when you're stressed is something that's come up a few times, and that's something we really want to look at, because that's when
It's
things
not
have.
helped.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. But
That's something you'd like to do
it.
differently.
Yeah.
Because for you and Sarah, when those arguments have happened and you've got really angry afterwards, you've been upset with yourself that that's happened, really, haven't you? Yeah.
When they came round the other day, and that it was.
Yeah. And it was really good that you suggested that Sarah and the kids go to grandma's. That was a really good thing. You knew you knew your head was in the wrong place, so you got kids to go to grandma.
Yeah, I don't want to see them I don't want kids seeing me like that. Don't want them seeing what I saw as a kid, do I?
Yeah, because you sounds like you had a bit of a rough time of it as a kid yourself.
Yeah, stepdad was a bastard.
Yeah, and you want to
Put me
be
in a
different to
cupboard.
that.
You know, I don't. That's not what. That's why I want to be a good dad.
That must have been a really rough time for you as a kid. Must have been really hard.
That's what I knew, though.
Yeah.
Didn't know any different. All kids get locked in. That's what I was told. That's where naughty boys go.
Okay.
Until you're older, that you find out different, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense. You didn't know that the way you were being treated wasn't the same as for other kids.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't want to be that kind of dad is really important. That's a really good thing. And it's clear that you were trying to protect your kids when you got them to go to grandma's. You know, that was a really good decision.
Yeah.
What we would probably like to do is a bit of a plan of when you know you're getting stressed, when you can see it happening, what you can do. So it might be that we got people like grandma and granddad involved, or
Yeah.
what about your mum? Would you want her involved, or?
Have a think about it.
Have a think about it. But certainly the other grandparents, it sounds like they're quite helpful
Oh,
having
kids
the
love them.
kids. Yeah.
That's what I thought was a good idea. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they don't do enough. They can't do enough for them, to be fair to them.
That's really good, isn't it? And then they don't live too far away, so that's really helpful.
Yeah, it's not too far.
And it might be that you want them to come to some of the meetings, you know, so they can be involved.
We'll see.
Yeah. And we can do a sort of meeting with you and Sarah together as well, talk to you together.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that she's talked to separately. That worries me a bit. You know, that's what happened last time when we were told, well, I was told to jog on.
Okay, so that's worried you a bit that we've asked to speak to you separately.
Yeah, of course it has.
We always do that, just so as you know, we do always speak to people separately. So we're not picking on you, I promise. One of the reasons we do it is just to make sure everybody can be honest, because even with the people we really love, sometimes we find it hard, don't we, to say if there's something we're not very good at or there's something we're struggling with. And, you know, but we can do all the other sessions together if you would prefer to do that.
Yeah.
And if Sarah would.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about trying to separate you. It's about trying to make sure we hear your voice and that we hear Sarah's voice and know what you both think.
Yeah.
So
important.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like you've both been through your own kind of rough times. Do you share that with
Everyone's
each other?
got a story, isn't
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Does Sarah know your story? And do you know Sarah's from when you were younger?
Not something we really talk about, I don't think. We know of it.
So she sort of she knows a bit. She knows you had a bad time.
Yeah.
But you prefer not to go in.
You don't do that sort of thing.
Okay. That's one of the reasons we like to talk to you on your own, because the last thing we'd want to do is put our foot in it and say something to Sarah and you're thinking, she didn't know that. I didn't want you to tell her that. Does that make a bit more sense now, why we might see you separately?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know until you tell us. And if there's things that you really don't want us to say in front of Sarah, we'll try and respect that as much as we possibly can. And if we are going to tell Sarah something, we tell you first so that you know.
Right.
So does Sarah know why you were in prison, Jim?